monitoring systems. Let's go to page 1. And you can see with this section, we are going to have a lot of italicized information because there actually is some guidance on this, and it's pretty high level. And the problem with getting into too much detail on monitoring systems and the types of monitoring that's out there, it's really hard to get into a lot of detail because they're so different. Already mentioned earlier that a lot of banks have a lot of different types of systems and different types of AI available to them. So it really becomes a institution specific discussion very quickly. So let's talk high level and make sure that we're all on the same page. First off, monitoring systems, you have to have them. You have to be monitoring for suspicious activity, and you all are doing that. And there's two flavors. First off, there's the manual monitoring systems. Now, a lot of you, I know you are probably the ones who are responsible for going through things like looking for the currency activity reports, large items reports, various thresholds. When the balances change at a certain amount, then that triggers a report that's reviewed by somebody in your institution. So if you look these manual monitoring reports that are on page 1, this is not an exclusive list. In fact, sometimes I'll get questions about, okay, well, what kinds of reports should we be including in our monitoring system? And really the answer is, what do you got? What is your system capable of producing? And these are the standards. Most banks have this, and it's part of their reviewing process. But a lot of banks have additional capacity to go through and look for things. Your system can red flag specific types of transactions. So you don't think that this is all there is to be said on the manual moderating front. Monitoring. No, hold on, let me get a drink here. Because your system could do far more than this. The other note that I would make here is find out what reports are being generated in your bank for other people. The president probably gets a series of reports that he's looking at every week or every month or whatever the case may be. Find out what he's looking at. From a bank level, is there something in there that you can incorporate into your monitoring system? If so, train them on what they're supposed to be looking for from a BSA perspective. Let them know, okay, if you see something bizarre here, go ahead and inform BSA. And then you can include that as part of your manual monitoring. A lot of monitoring that goes on in banks isn't really captured when they articulate what their program is, and you should really get credit for that. The real estate loan officers who maybe there's a manager who gets some kind of report so they can see what balances are being paid off. Maybe your system has the capacity to see that there's cash payments coming in, things along those lines that maybe they can be reviewing and notifying the BSA side of things if there's something unusual. So this is not an all-inclusive list. I would say this is where it starts, but you really think outside of the box on this one. See what you have, what you're capable of taking a look at.